Hey dear friends, today I want to show you a really simple lick that you can use to play over chords, but also I want to use this lick or arpeggio as a tritone substitution. So basically we're going to use something simple and use it in a different way. I always like to do that, right? Because sometimes we think we have to always have new stuff, but sometimes we can use the old stuff and make it new, sort of. So let's get right into it. So if I think about a tritone substitution, I think about a chord like this C7 shell voicing. It's a dominant 7th chord and it has a tritone built in it, right? So any dominant 7th chord would have like a tritone between the 3 and the 7, and no matter what voicings you play, you will always have the tritone, but you're not going to see it as clearly necessarily, because here, right, you can really see like the interval of the tritone. I always really highly encourage everybody to check out the intervals on the fretboard, right? But so if you have the C7, you're just going to raise your root to the G flat. So the tritone that we had stays intact, but the root goes up a tritone, lots of tritones. Another way to think about a tritone is tritone, 3 tones, like right, if I have a C, I play 3 tones, 3 whole tones, 1, 2, 3, starting on one note, playing 3 whole tones, 1, 2, 3. This is the G flat, this is the C, this is the C, this is the G flat. That's how I can find my tritone. So I'm using this chord, root, tritone higher. And since the tritone, how many times can you say tritone, stays intact, this is still a dominant 7th chord, and that would be a G flat 7. So basically you can always use the tritone substitution of a chord. It just sounds good. But what I want to do today is to play sort of a couldn lick, if you want to. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5. And I want to turn a lick into a tritone substitution. First of all, I'm going to record a C7 chord on my freezer. So I recorded a C7 chord on my freezer. Now I'm just going to play 1, 2, 3, 5. The 1, the C, it's the root, the 2, the 2nd chord of the scale, right, or the 9 would be the D, the 3s are major 3rd, the E, and the 5, the G. So I'm outlining this chord very clearly. Just playing it a little bit. Maybe somewhere else. Really always like to play stuff everywhere, so I'm not so limited, right? If you can play stuff everywhere, that's freedom on the guitar. I can't say the name of the notes, C, D, E, G. I can say the phone number 1, 2, 3, 5. I can play it in another order. That's how I start. I could record many dominant 7th chords, like a random chord progression. Just play this thing over it all the time, just to really hear it. But I think we all more or less can understand this and do this, right? If not, take the time to do it. We will benefit greatly. But now I'm going to record the G flat 7 chord, right? The tritone substitution of the C7 is the G flat 7, and then I'm going to play the same line. So let's record the G flat 7. So I recorded like the G flat 7 and I'm playing the same stuff. I find that so cool. I just played a little bit. Again, all over the fretboard. And then I say the name of the notes, C, D, E. And now analyze the notes again, but I have a new root, right? So the C is not the root anymore, it's the sharp 11. I could play a chord with a sharp 11. Then I have the D, which is not the 9 anymore, but the flat 13, so I can play a chord with the flat 13. Then I have the E, which is basically a F flat, if you want to, which is my 7, minor 7, flat 7. And then I have the G, right, which is my flat 9. So I'm still continuing to play the same thing. It's my first step. I'm finding a new sound with a thing that I already know by sort of just using it in a different way over a different route. You can do this with chords and practically with everything, and it's really fun. So now I have the G flat 7 chord and the C lick, if you want to, right, that stems from the C7. And if I analyze it, I get a lot of colorations or alterations. And so I'm going to look for voicings that reflect those alterations, like this one, flat 9, sharp 11. And then I'm resolving this altered dominant 7th chord to the 1 chord, which is like the C flat major. I would like to say C flat major because the dominant chord is the G flat 7, right? Or I could play here G flat 7, going to B major. And now I'm just going to start this line over and over again, like this. And then I resolve it to the 1, maybe the flat 9 goes to the 5. And then I just improvise something. Let's do that one more time. So flat 9 goes to 5. And then this time I'm resolving the flat 9 to the 6 of the C flat major chord, which sounds beautiful. One more time. And then I would try to play the same thing in another position of the fretboard, and that will probably lead me to some new ideas. So let's play a G flat 7 here. Let's play the same line. Maybe let's play it an octave higher and use another voicing, maybe use this voicing for the G flat. And then just starting on the C, sorry. Right, so like this I can really hear what I'm doing. And so now I'm going to experiment and change the order of those 4 notes. Then I'm going to land on another alteration. Let's say I want to land on the flat 13, and then I can go and invent another 5-1 line, right? So I'm playing maybe landing on the flat 13. I can try to resolve from the flat 13 to the C flat major. So, right, ending on the flat 13. So in this way I can find so many lines, but I will stick to one thing. The beginning of the line will always have those 4 notes, but I can change the order. But I'm not giving myself the complete freedom, right? Just like the beginning has to be those 4 notes, and then I can find different ways of resolving it. And if you want to get out your practice journal and write down those lines that you found, and practice them in different keys and apply them to songs. But much more important is if you practice like this, experimenting with sounds, you also train your ear to hear that stuff and it will come out naturally, or it will help you hear alteration. And that's it for today. See you around. Bye.